This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Statements in Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, it is my honor and privilege to open up the waiting room and bring to the world more information that is uplifting, empowering. Folks, we get so weighted down with all the bad things that are going on and all the negativity and all of the things that take our power away. Well, we are here to empower, as there are so many things that we can do in our own life to create a better health, wellness, and financial journey. So today on Daily with Doc, I am excited as we're going to be talking about another building block. There's actually more than one. There's lots of building blocks when it comes to health, but today we're going to be focusing on those essential fatty acids, their importance within the body, and how they can be linked to epigenetics. So super excited for today's show. If you are joining us, welcome. If you're here in the live Zoom, make sure that you have that chat open so that you can see all of the things that are being transcribed and put into the chat. Now, if you see something that sparks interest in you, you can go ahead and take a screenshot of that chat, and that chat is only available here live in the Zoom room. So we just want to do a shout out to all of you that are watching us on a live stream, whether you're watching the live or the replay. Hello and welcome to you as well. We're on so many different platforms. I'm not going to try to remember them all at this moment, but we appreciate you being there. So let us know that you're there. If there's a way that you can leave a comment and especially share this program with somebody that you know. There's ways that you can share the program on your social media platform and profile as well. Just make sure that you say, hey, I heard about this doctor. This program is amazing. It's talking about the importance of, whatever it is that we're talking about that day. And make sure that you say, let me know if there's something that I can get answers for. So we do make this as a resource to an amazing community. We do want to make sure that if somebody referred you to this program, whether it was through a phone call, a text message, an email, that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. They are your main primary contact when it comes to getting more information on anything that is in this program, whether it's today or any day. They are your person because they cared enough about you to take the time to share this program with you. So return the favor. Return the fact that you appreciate them as well. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Now, if there's nobody to thank and you found us all on your own because you're like searching, you're tired of things just not going in the right direction and a system that's failing you, and you're looking for more natural alternatives to create a better health journey, you are absolutely in the right place, because that's what we do each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And that is by going to zoom.dailywithdoc.com. If you're out on any of the platforms, whether it's you're watching us on the Critical Health News channel or the Daily with Doc channel, please make sure that you subscribe and follow us. That way you get notifications. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss a show. So without further ado, it is my honor and privilege to bring one of the founding fathers of the science of epigenetics to you as an individual, wherever you're at. We need to share this message far and wide, because folks, epigenetics is the science that proves the genetic theory of disease transmission to be false, incorrect, not true. And we know this because of the extensive research of the doctor that we have on with us here on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and that is Dr. Joel Wallach. Now, Dr. Wallach, he has a Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences. He is a Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. He has 3 postdoctorates in pathology. That includes over 452 different species, including humans, folks, with almost 30,000 autopsies under his belt. He discovered and connected the dots that when there was something missing nutritionally, whether it was vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, specific diseases were occurring. Poor health conditions were occurring. He discovered that there's over 600 different poor health conditions, and in some cases they count 900. Poor health conditions directly linked to nutritional deficiencies. So if you have a nutritional deficiency, pretty simple. Let's figure out what the deficiency is and make sure that it's not deficient. But we go even beyond that. The body needs 90 essential nutrients. So why not give the body 90 essential nutrients each and every day? That is part of Dr. Wallach's message, the 90 for life message, and that's what we're going to be speaking more of today. But today we're going to be, like I said, kind of focusing on essential fatty acids. So essential fatty acids are the body building block. And when it comes to looking at essential fatty acids and all of the things that can happen within the body whenever you have a deficiency of essential fatty acid, we're looking at things like dry skin, scaly skin, losing hair, poor wound healing, impaired growth in children, increased susceptibility of infection, and in severe cases, cognitive difficulties, particularly in infants due to disruption of brain development. That's even before they're born, folks. Symptoms also include weakening immune system and abnormal blood clotting function. I mean, that's a lot of things that could be happening within a body. And it doesn't have to be one, it could be multiple. And in most cases, it is multiple when we're experiencing deficiencies. So we're going to be talking more about this, and I am going to welcome to the screen the doctor that helped me regain my health, find what was missing. As an herbalist, I was searching, and because of poor health, that's what got me looking into herbalism. And I was helping a lot of people, Doc, but I wasn't able to figure out myself. So as an herbalist, Dr. Wallach, what was it that I was missing? And that book, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, that was the very first book that I purchased that was written by Dr. Joe Wallach, as I have a whole collection. I have some of them back here. I've got a whole bookshelf over there of them, that I knew the power of herbs, which we actually talked about that on Tuesday, and that would have been November 19th, folks, with Dr. Laura Dennison, a master herbalist, who also found the benefits of Dr. Wallach's message and knew that there was something missing, which is why she came within the longevity umbrella of products with her own product line. So, Dr. Wallach, I had things like I had skin issues, I had asthma, I had foggy brain, so many different things, Dr. Wallach. And when I got on your program, all of them seemed to go away. But there was one thing that I thought I didn't need. So I cut back, and some of these symptoms started coming back. And that was essential fatty acids. So, Doc, can we talk about essential fatty acids?
Okay. Well, yeah, you have to go back 200,000 years ago when people.
That's a long time ago, Doc.
Yeah, 200,000 years ago, the cavemen were doing pretty good. And that's because they were eating nuts and berries and all kinds of things that had essential fatty acids in them. Okay. And they didn't know all the chemistry and all that kind of stuff. They couldn't read and write, but what they did know was that people who ate these particular foods did very well, and they were kind of fun to eat and tasted good, and they could be stored over the winter time and be available to their families and to their community in the spring. They plant some and eat some, okay? And so the herbalists go way back. And of course, right now, the longest lived people, the Pakistanis, that live in Pakistan, in their Hunzas in the Himalayan mountains, they don't have any medical doctors. They don't have any health insurance. They don't have any hospitals. They have herbalists. These herbalists use all the various local herbs, and over these, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, they've learned and passed down, from one person to the next. You take these herbs and you can get rid of this blood clotting problems. You can get rid of all kinds of ringing in the ears and this kind of thing.
I had that too.
Yeah, you had that too, yeah. And of course, that's the cranial nerves being squeezed up in the brain. Okay. And so it's one of those things where Let's Play Herbal Doctor, we really should push that book a lot, because this is something you don't need a medical degree to practice herbology. You can do this for your family. You can add 25 to 50 healthy years to their life with the information in this book, Let's Play Doctor. Now, there's a little CD that goes along with it. Now, I hope everybody's sitting down, because I was lecturing all over the world. And, yesterday we had a story about the Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD. Okay, we'll talk about that again a little bit. But the one that I like to go along with, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and also Hell's Kitchen, along with the CD and the book Hell's Kitchen, is, let's see here. Oh, here it is. And it says,
Was it the Hell's Kitchen CD, Doc?
nope,
Or is it the Dial MD?
Dial MD for murder. That's pretty strong. Dial
It's
MD
very
for murder.
strong.
And when you listen to this, I listened to this again this morning. You listen to the CD, it goes down through so many diseases that we have, and doctors don't deal with them. Oh, just take some aspirin. Kind of, it's just, they want to get to the people who they're going to make $400 an hour on. Okay. Oh, take some aspirin. Bye. See you later. See you in a week. Kind of thing. Well, this one goes into the causes of these types of diseases and the things the doctors say. They're way off, way off. And so everybody needs to get the book. Let's Play Herbal Doctor. Get a hold of the CD. Dial MD for murder. I apologize, doctors, for being so tough and rough and so forth. And then, of course, Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen, there's a CD that goes along with it. Hell's Kitchen. There you go. And by the same title. And Hell's Kitchen, page 14, it really goes into the metabolic syndrome and all the kind of things that doctors have created in humanity that weren't there before doctors came along. And so Hell's Kitchen, the book, Hell's Kitchen, the CD, goes along with the Let's Play Herbal Doctor and Dial MD for murder. And it's one of those things where these presentations were given at very large events, where it'd be 500 people in the audience, 1,000 people in the audience. And we've sold millions of these. Dead Doctors Don't Lie. We sold the film. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get this. We sold the film.
Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the lecture?
Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Well, that came later. First thing was we sold 40 million copies of the audio tapes.
Oh, yes.
We sold 40 million copies of the audio cassette tapes of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Then a couple of years later, we came out with a CD, Dead Doctors. Okay. We sold 20 million copies of that. It's still flying out the door. People are buying them by the cases. Okay. Dead Doctors Don't Lie. It goes into the examples. Okay. And then, of course, we have the DVD. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. And it was filmed by professional movie filming teams. And so if you're going to be giving a lecture to a family group, at church, your workmates, your neighbors, in school, teams, you want to get this DVD, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. The subtitle is Someone Should Go to Jail. And of course, the book itself, we sold over 40 million copies of the book. And so it's one of those things where those 3 books, Let's Play Doctor, Hell's Kitchen, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, those 3 books, the information in them can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. And so there'd be great gifts. And if you're a longevity associate, if you give those to your family, your church mates, your neighbors, and you're talking to them about getting involved in the business, these are all tax deductible. They're not just something you buy because you enjoy reading it. These are tax deductible for you, and it's life-saving and life-extending education for the people you gift them to. Okay, if you buy 10 of these, of any one of them, you get a nice discount. And if you sell it for the price that goes, if you buy one by one, you make a little bit of a profit. Plus, you get the tax deductions. And so, why not go that direction? And I just get very excited. And of course, we have the book Epigenetics. I'm one of the co-founders. I think there's 5 of us involved in the founding of the science of epigenetics. It takes the place of genetics. There you go. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. The only thing in humans that are genetic are your hair color, your eye color, your skin color, and it tells you if you're a boy or girl. Okay. And so I've received so many awards for that book. I think you can flip it around and get the Klaus Schwartz Award, which is it's kind of like one of the, in academics, is one of the high awards you can get when it comes to biochemistry and stuff like that. So I was very proud of that. And it's one of those things where, again, if you buy 10 of any one of these books, unfortunately, you can't buy 5 of one, 5 of another. You got to buy 10 of a particular book. You get a nice discount. And so the way to add 25 to 50 healthy years to people's lives is to get rid of the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. Then you need to take the 90 essential nutrients. You throw in the, I like the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. And it's 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. So if you weigh 120, 130 pounds, that's 1. You take a half a dose of breakfast, half a dose of dinner. If you weigh 150 pounds or 140 pounds or more, you want to take a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. So I need 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month. All right. And then we have the secret sauces for over 600 diseases. Okay. As you were talking about. Okay. And it's one of those things where, just think about it. You can take these nutrients and prevent these diseases and have quite a nice, healthy life. And there's a lot of this in both these CDs, Dead Doctors Don't Lie and Dial MD for Murder. It goes into long-lived peoples, where they come from, what they did to be long-lived. And of course, epigenetics goes into the why they work. Okay, goes into the biochemistry and a lot of great things that I discovered so many things. I discovered the cause, prevention, cure of cystic fibrosis, thought to be a terrible genetic birth defect. I'm the guy who got rid of muscular dystrophy and gave the cause, prevention, and cure to Jerry Lewis, and he took it to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. They fired him, put a gag order on him. They're still trying to run around and tell people we're raising money so we can find a cure for muscular dystrophy. Well, I found the cure, 20 years ago. Okay, it's unimpeachable that I found the cure and prevention muscular dystrophy. And then I found the prevention, the cause of prevention of Sedimentary syndrome, SIDS. There'd be 400, 500 kids die each year in each state in the United States and countries all over the world. And doctors were blaming mothers for laying on the babies and suffocating them. And the babies are in the crib and the mother's in her bed. It's impossible for her to be suffocating the babies. And so we got that figured out. And then, of course, we have the metabolic syndrome. Right now, 30% of adults in America, 30% of adults in America have the metabolic syndrome. You're talking about abdominal obesity, type 2 diabetes, and also hypertension. And then there's about 50 different diseases that aren't, what should I say, they're not going to kill you, but they make you miserable. Skin diseases, bone disease, that kind of stuff, tooth diseases, hair diseases. Okay. It's all part of the metabolic syndrome. And we can get rid of it in weeks. Okay. It's one of those things where, why should you suffer and keep going back to the doctor? Well, I have good insurance. Well, if you just keep going back to the doctor and he's making the money by sending a bill to your insurance company and you're not getting rid of the disease, he should be paying you. He should be paying you, okay, for having fun, because he's certainly not going to fix you by giving you treatment to reduce the symptoms of these problems, okay?
I would call that managing poor health, Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, managing it's one of those terrible things. And of course, it's one of those things when you look at the cultures where people live a long time, they don't have medical doctors. Okay, just like the Hunzas in the Himalayan mountains. And that's talked about in the CD very heavily. Oh, Dial MD for Murder. Okay. And it's one of those things where the the people in Pakistan lived to be 120. Many of them lived to be 125, 150, 200, 300, 400, 500. And it's not genetic. It's because they're getting all the minerals coming down the mountains, okay, as glacial milk. And if you go to the old Bible 2,000 years ago, talks about the land flowing with milk and honey. It wasn't.
So, yeah, back in the Old Testament.
Yep, in the Old Testament. And it's not cow's milk, it's glacial milk. Okay, it's the rocks getting ground up and the white powder coming down in the streams, turning the streams into white milk-like fluid. And that's where they got the idea of the land flowing with milk and honey. Now, they knew back 2,000 years ago, there were places on Earth where people lived to be well beyond 200. And they were the people who were following God's path and listening to God. But they were also living in places, okay, the land flowing with milk and honey, which was almost always at the foot of a mountain range. And the Hunzas, which are the oldest living peoples now, they live in the Himalayan mountains, and they don't have any medical doctors. They don't have medical doctors. They're the longest living peoples on Earth. So why don't you
Yeah,
do what they do? Yeah.
in a valley
Yeah.
surrounded by mountains. Absolutely. Dr. Wallach, we have lots of questions. But
Okay.
the first thing I want to point out is something that one of our amazing listeners brought to my attention, which reminded me, because I know quite a few people, Dr. Wallach, that used your message and the importance of minerals in before longevity even existed. And so they point out, not only did you sell 40 million copies of that audio cassette, but in the 80s, hundreds of bootlegged copies were distributed there in Jacksonville, Florida. And she does mean hundreds. She says, thank you, Dr. Wallach. Those bootleg tapes and the body balance from the Life Force company is what gave her husband and herself quality of life. So just a little testimonial to the importance and the validity of your message, Dr. Wallach. So thank you so much for that, Nancy. Now, Dr. Wallach, we have hands up. We have questions just pouring in. One of the first questions is coming off of, I think this is off YouTube or Facebook. I can't tell. It's YouTube. And Alea wants to know, can we do something for someone who has had her third brain stroke and she is in a coma now for a week? She also gets a hemorrhage. They removed the blood from the brain, but she still is in a coma. Can our minerals help if they're applied to her skin? And what else can we do? She's 60 years young and less than 150 pounds, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, she's unconscious.
She's in a coma.
In a coma, yeah. Okay, well, needs to have the plant-derived minerals, maybe an ounce twice a day rubbed on her belly. She'll absorb the plant-derived minerals through her skin. Also, she needs the EFAs, the essential fatty acids. Okay, can put a dropper full in her mouth. Okay, just slowly. Don't squirt it all in there at one time, but do it slowly in the side of the mouth.
Right. So with the EFAs, can you puncture it and then just squeeze it into the side of the mouth and it starts to absorb?
That's right. It'll absorb in the mouth.
Okay.
Okay. And also,
and how many would you recommend, Dr. Wallach, per day for a 150-pound person?
150 pounds. I'd go with 3 twice a day.
Okay.
Okay. And it's one of those things where also we have the excuse me, the Cal-Toddy. We need the Cal-Toddy. We need the ultimate, I said the ultimate minerals, plant-derived colloidal minerals. Okay, I already talked about that. And it's one of those things where the the body can seriously recover when it gets the raw materials, even if it's really near death. It has a capacity to respond to the presence of those nutrients. Okay. And so it's one of those things where I've seen miracles all over the world. It's when we were talking about the Keyshan disease, okay, which is the Chinese version of cystic fibrosis, okay, terrible birth defect, thought to be genetic by the medical system. Very simple nutritional deficiency. And again, it didn't take us long. It took us months to figure out what the cause was, how to resolve it.
When those kids were also dying of heart failure.
Oh yeah, that's they were also dying of heart problems, which meant that they got past the couple of months of age where they were dying and called sudden death syndrome, SIDS, but they're dying of a heart attack when they're maybe 6 months old or a year old, 10 years
Or
old.
10.
Yeah, we did 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 in China, from Keyshan, China. Okay, and Keyshan disease was the same thing there as the cystic fibrosis in the United States. It's published in the biggest medical journal from England, and also in one of the biggest medical textbooks in China. So we're very, very proud of that.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes, we're very proud of you, Dr. Wallach. And just a reminder, folks, this program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires me to say this. It's really frustrating. And we don't want to be banned off of places like YouTube. So this program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, nor is it meant to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. The FDA requires us to let you know that this program is for educational purposes only. And folks, we just want you to realize that when you give the body what it absolutely needs, the body itself can do some amazing things. We are not chemical or big pharma deficient. We're nutrient deficient, which is really good news, because when you have a deficiency, you just do something different so that you don't have that deficiency from your diet, so your body can actually go from surviving to thriving. And Dr. Wallach, our next person with a question, has been a long-time listener, and he is needing some advice for knees and diabetes. So Mark, go ahead and unmute yourself and let us know what's going on, and let's get Dr. Wallach's recommendations for you.
Well, Dr. Wallach, I have followed you for years on Coast to Coast and have been taking your Essential 90s, but I'm not, I probably am not following your protocol exactly. I have, one of my knees, they're saying I need knee replacement, and it's like the bone part has actually swollen up a little bit. They just ache. Even when I'm sleeping, when I go to bed, they ache. And then I've been diagnosed with, well, just to give you an example, I take Ozempic. Well, when I had insurance, I took Ozempic, and just wondering your recommendations for that. And I have taken your collagen and whatnot, but like I say again, it's kind of an insurance thing. Just got back to work where I can actually afford some of this stuff. So I was just wondering your recommendations, sir. I appreciate you.
Okay, how much do you weigh?
200 pounds.
Okay, and I want to get things clear. You have just given me the disease name. You have 2 or 3 of them. I know you have something going on in your knee.
Yes, they they ache all the time. Yeah, a recommended knee replacement. They just ache. They hurt, and there's a slight fever in them constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else you got? Is that your primary?
And the diabetes, type 2 diabetes runs in my family. And I am not the best eater, just wondering your recommendations.
It's not genetic.
I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Take Ozempic, it did help a little bit. But just wondering what you had to say about that.
It's not genetic. And so did you have a third thing?
No, sir, that was the 2. Just the pain and the diabetes.
Okay, so what you need to do is get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown around oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even that one's got to go. Carbonation neutralizes stomach acid, so you cannot digest food or absorb minerals.
Okay, so no beer. Okay, gotcha.
No, you got to get rid of that stuff. You want to live, you got
Okay.
to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, and of course, the peanuts were the worst thing. Eating peanuts. Did you eat peanuts with the beer?
No, sir, I do not. Usually just cheese and crackers. So
Okay, good. But just no peanuts, because peanuts cause liver cancer.
okay,
Oh.
no peanuts.
Yeah, the fungus that grows on the peanuts in the ground causes liver cancer. So anyway, you need to get rid of all the bad foods, which you just said. Then I want you to have
Okay.
2 healthy brain and heart packs. 2 healthy brain and heart packs. That's a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. Then
Okay.
I need you to have the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those at breakfast or dinner time. They're going to support healthy blood flow through your brain, through your heart, through your kidneys, and deal with blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. You also need our sweeties. Take 3 of those
Yes,
twice.
I have taken those before. And what was the one you said before that? I'm sorry.
Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily
Okay, great.
Classic.
Okay.
Deals with blood pressure and blood flow and all that kind of stuff. Then the last thing I want you to take is the I-26. I like the chewables. I take 3 of those twice a day. I like the French vanilla, but they come also in banana coconut. That's our biggest seller. It's banana coconut. Okay. And then give us a call in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks, because you're going to have a great story. Everything you're complaining about. And of course, you can take extra glucogel. I'm the guy who invented glucogel.
Yes, sir. I have taken those before. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need to take 3 of those 3 times a day. And glucogel
Okay.
will regrow the cartilage. And just like in the old days, over 100 years ago, they did for thousands of years use bone broth. They would simmer bones in vinegar water at night, and then drink that broth in the morning, and bone broth, and that's where they got their minerals to maintain their bones. Even though they were cavemen, they were doing that for their bones. And so some granny figured it out.
I had a couple of those. Yes, sir.
Okay, so call us every couple of weeks, because you're going to have a great story. Everything you're complaining about are easily reversible.
Okay, absolutely. I sure appreciate your input, doctor. Have a great day.
Thank you. God bless.
All right. Thank you, Mark. And Dr. Wallach, let's just move right into the next question. We'll see if AJ is the one that I have up in the queue. So AJ, what question do you have for Dr. Wallach today?
Rebecca, I have tons of questions for Dr. Wallach. Apparently, when Doc comes on, we get flooded with questions, and it's just the way it is. Doc, I'm going to start with a cat question. Suzanne writes in and says, "I've had a very healthy cat named Simon. As of late, he's not eating, losing weight. She's worried about that. She doesn't know why. Any help you can offer?"
Okay. Make sure that the cat food is has no gluten in it. Okay, the cat food's got to be a complete diet with vitamins and minerals in it, not just cornflakes kind of thing. All right, and then also that cat needs the Arthrodex, and I'll tell you on the label how much to give for pound of weight, body weight of the cat. Okay, and usually it's something very simple. And so, but they do have to have the 90 essential nutrients and the Arthrodex, and a good brand of cat food that has vitamins and minerals in it.
Okay, Doc, thank you very much. I'm going to try and ask a question for Carrie. Her mom was in the hospital. They gave her quite a number of antibiotics, and she coded, and then they did CPR, and she's doing better now. And what nutrients can she give to her mom to regain her strength post?
Is she home now, or is she still in the hospital?
She's in a rehab facility.
Okay. Well, and she weighs 100 pounds or
She's 200 pounds.
200 pounds, big girl. Okay. So she's 200 pounds, needs to stay away from the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, brown oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet got to go. And then at 200 pounds, she needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. She also needs the I-26. I-26, she needs 2 or 3 servings a day of the I-26. It rebuilds the brain and the spinal cord and all the big nerves coming out of the brain through the skull. And it's very common. People, when they're really older, they get osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the cranial nerves and the spinal cord. And it causes downline things and things, my toes hurt. That's because the 10th cranial nerves, the vagus nerve, is being squeezed, okay, as it's coming out of the skull, way up in the brain. It goes all the way down to your toes. But as it goes down to your toes, at your thyroid, it lets out some arteries. At your heart, it lets out some arteries. At your liver, it lets out some arteries, and so on, all the way down to your toes. And so the brain has things to do with things all over the body. But the brain is in your head. How does it get down to your toes? Well, that's because when you have osteoporosis of the skull, have you ever seen a ballpoint pen opened up? That little tube in there is about a 0.5 millimeter in diameter that has the ink in it. Okay, a ballpoint pen. Okay, well, a skull, before it has osteoporosis of the skull, it's a good, almost a 1/2 inch in diameter, 12 holes on one side of the skull, 12 on the other side, and a big hole about the diameter of a quarter where the spinal cord goes from the back of the skull. Okay, and when this goes down to like 25% of the diameter of this, is squeezing all those nerves. And in page 6 of the book, it's all in your head. You want to get a hold of the book, it's all in your head. And there you go. Page 6, the top picture, they removed the top of the skull. You can look down at the brain, but what you're looking at is the skull is a 1/4 inch thick. Then you go down, there you go. And you see this, they've taken the top of the skull off. You're looking down at the brain, but the skull now is 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. That's not bone, that's scar tissue and connective tissue, because the bone's all gone. And you can see how that would fill up those holes that the nerves and the spinal cord are going through, causing all these problems. And doctors like to do implants and surgeries and removals and all kinds of stuff, when really you need to be giving nutrition to make the bottom look like the top. And of course, flip the page on it, please. Okay, there you go. And that's, she's got her index finger there on the brain, and you see the 12, and you're looking at 1/2 of the brain. And so there's 12 pairs of cranial nerves. So you're looking at 12 cranial nerves, and they're showing you pictures of where each cranial nerve is going to and what disease and what you need to do to fix each one. On the next page over, no, just there you go. Perfect. The next page over there, each one of those white bars and gray bars represents a chapter in this book. And it tells you what nerve is being pinched by the osteoporosis of the skull, what symptoms you get, and what nutrients you need to take to resolve the problems. Okay, so we're really, really very proud of this book. It's a bestseller. And so every family needs at least one in the house. It'd be better if you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And if you're going to give them away for holidays are coming up, good gifts to give for your families, get 10 of them and you get a nice big discount. Okay, when you buy 10 of any one of my books. And so that's a great way to help your family with their health. Everybody gets the same information. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Doc. Could we add some Rebound to give her mom a little energy?
Yeah, Rebound, of course, is one of my favorites. I take 2 of these a day. Okay, and this is actually made for Theo Ratliff, the basketball player whose career was over. There you go, you got it. Okay, and so I have to use 2 boxes. There's 30 of these in a box, so I have to use 2 boxes of these a month. And so it has more vitamins in it than most vitamin products on the market. It has more minerals in it than most mineral products on the market. And it also has, there's no sugar in there, okay? And so you're getting the amino acids, you got amino acids in there. And it's one of the greatest energy. We invented it. We created it for Theo Ratliff. And in the 9 years that he played basketball, after we brought him back because he had they took his position away because he had osteoporosis and arthritis and all these problems. And when we gave him all that stuff to, regrow his bones and cartilage and ligaments and tendons and things, and he came back in a period of 9 years, he made over, I don't know, $75,000. No, $75 million.
Yep, that's it. That's about accurate. Yep.
Yeah, he made $75 million before that, so he made almost $150 million. Okay, and he played.
He made about 30 million before he met you.
There
then
you
70 million after he met you. So it's not bad. Thanks for fixing him up. He's a good guy. Doc, I'm gonna just one last quick question because there's plenty of more folks behind us. What's the best thing to do for edema and cellulitis in lower legs?
Okay, well, again, I get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, brown, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even that one's got to go. Then, per 100 pounds of body weight, they need one healthy brain and heart pack per month. If they weigh 110 pounds, 120 pounds, regardless of age, they take a half a dose of breakfast, half a dose of dinner time. If they weigh more than 135 pounds or more, they need 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. And you're talking about problems in the legs and so forth, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you need to be sure to add the glucogel. 3 of these at least twice a day, the glucogel. That's one of my favorites. Okay, because I invented it. The glucogel rebuilds raw materials for your body to rebuild cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, and that was one of Theo's favorites. Okay, and it's one of those things where the body, just with those nutrients, and of course, the rebound is a great way to have dribbling these nutrients into your system all through the day. And then, of course, we have 3.0. We have, what is it? The one when you wake up at breakfast,
rise and restore.
And restore in the afternoon. Okay, in addition to your 90 essential nutrients, you're going to get those nutrients. You need them constantly pouring into your body because your body will constantly be fixing and repairing and protecting and defending your tissues, your cells and your tissues and your glands and heart and liver and lungs and brain and so forth. But you got to take care of it. Well, my doctor said I can get everything I need by just eating well. Well, you need to find a new doctor because your doctor he was probably sleeping during his classes. If he went to good classes, they probably didn't teach him that.
Chances are, Dr. Wallach, the class was not even offered, or if it was a very short one and not going into detail like you did. So, Dr. Wallach, I do need to make one little correction to what you said, so forgive me. In the rebound, there is a little bit of organic cane sugar. So that's to help give you the good taste to it. So depending on whether you do the cans, the sticks, or the canister will determine how much of the sugar is in there. The canister does have less sugar than the 3 options. So I personally like to go with the canister or the sticks. So there's just a little bit in there, Dr. Wallach. I don't want somebody to come back and say, well, doc said there's no sugar. How come it shows that there's sugar? There is a little bit of sugar. More questions coming in, Dr. Wallach. Steve out on YouTube says, what do I need to take if I have a stent? So I'm going to guess that this stent is in the heart. My doctor told me I need to take a statin for cholesterol, and I don't want to do it.
Don't do it. How much do you weigh?
Let's go by 150 pounds, Dr.
Okay,
Wallach.
150 pounds. Get rid of all the bad stuff. Okay, no fried food, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, brown, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. That one's got to go. Take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Take a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. Take the, let's see here. I would also throw in the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's going to get blood flowing into the kidneys, into the heart. because when you have atrial fibrillation, the heart is not getting everything it needs. I also need to take the let's see here, selenium. Take 3 selenium twice a day. Okay, and that will make the heart happy. The heart recovers very fast. It has lots of blood supply. It's a very important organ in the body, obviously, and so the good Lord gave the heart the capacity to heal very quickly.
All right, and I got a little more information. So he's out on Rumble. So hello, Rumble users. And his cholesterol, his overall cholesterol is 210. Dr. Wallach, is that high?
Is it high? No.
I know in the past you've said between 250 and 400
Yeah.
is what would be recommended for
Yeah.
your overall cholesterol. And why is cholesterol so important again?
Well, cholesterol helps you with blood flow. It prevents abnormal blood clots in the wrong places. Okay. And
So it doesn't cause plaque?
No. Plaque is caused when you eat fried foods. Plaque is caused when you eat fried foods. And if you want to get plaque, eat fried foods. Because it's inflammation in the lining of the arteries that cause plaque.
And is that plaque just in the arteries, or because I know sometimes we have some people that come in and says that there's plaque in their brain. Is that also in the arteries?
No, it's in the arteries, yeah. Okay, in the brain. And of course, most people think you only get plaque in the arteries in your heart and that kind of stuff, and the kidneys, but it really, any place there's arteries, you can get plaque in them. Okay, and it's one of those things where when you take enough of the correct raw materials, the tissues over your whole body, from your head down to your toes, can get what they need to maintain themselves and repair themselves. And again, when you get the CDs, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, let's see here, Hell's Kitchen, and also Dial MD for Murder. I was listening to Dial MD for Murder again this morning. It's been a while since I listened to it. And I went into so many different cultures around the world. They're living to be 120, 130, 150, and they don't have any medical doctors. And so I thought that was great because the countries with the most medical doctors have the lowest longevity.
Isn't that nuts, Dr. Wallach? The countries that are spending trillions of dollars on medical have the shortest longevity.
That's right. Now, where doctors shine, where they really are do a good job, is trauma, car wrecks, falling, little old ladies falling down the stairs and that kind of stuff and getting fractures. This is where doctors really shine. They can anesthetize you. They can deal with the joints, with the bones, the tendons and ligaments. And so that's where they shine, is doing skeletal surgeries.
Right. Sewing people back together, right, Doc?
Yes, sewing people back together, and they're like mechanics, okay?
Yeah.
And they can actually take 2 ends of the bones and with wire sew them together, okay? In some cases, they will use plates where the plate goes from one bone to the next, and they have these little screws. Screw it and tighten up the bone so that it's not grinding and so forth. So they have those kind of tools for trauma. And so again, Dial MD for Murder, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Hell's Kitchen. Those 3 CDs, the information there can add 25 to 50 years to your life.
And Dr. Wallach, if people go to your website, drjwallach.com, the cost of those CDs, it's only $3 a piece, folks. And then shipping, and then tax, depending on where you're at. So go to drjwallach.com or dial 755-4656 and ask for those 3 CDs to be mailed to you. Now, Dr. Wallach, we only have a few more minutes. We do have a question, and this is going back to the whole topic of what we're talking about today with the essential fatty acids. We have an individual that is on a medication that's an anticoagulant, and it's used to treat and prevent blood clots, including those that are deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary emboli, and to prevent blood clots in the arterial fibrillation, following different types of surgery. So, Dr. Wallach, what is nature's anticoagulant?
Well, it's the essential fatty acids.
So they're wanting to know what they can take to replace this, which, folks, we do want you to work with your doctor. Let them know that you don't want to be on it, that you want to do a nutritional program, work with them to tricate yourself off or have them tricate you down. But it's essential fatty acids. So the brain and heart pack.
Brain and heart pack and EFAs and EFA pluses. I take both of those.
Those are both.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both of
kind
those
of
are
orangey
included.
clear color, and the other one's a dark black.
Yes. And the dark colors, the light ones, and they are part of the brain and heart pack. So thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And then Hunter wants to know, is yeast considered good or bad? Now,
Yeast?
So there's good bad yeast, bad yeast.
Okay,
And
yeast,
some of it is,
yeast
go ahead.
really, it's historical for making bread. The bread rises with the yeast producing gas when it gets heated up and all this kind of stuff. And the same way with yeast, helps make beer and so on. And it's one of those things where yeast is sort of a neutral thing. It doesn't kill you. It doesn't to prevent you from dying, but
It's what you add to it.
I'm sorry.
Or add it. What makes it bad is it what it's added to.
Yeah, is when you cook anything, you start cooking it, you're getting into trouble right away. Okay, because when you start cooking things, the fats, including the essential fatty acids, are in there, oxidize and turn into bad things. Okay, cancer causing, inflammation.
Acrylamides.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. We do have 2 more hands up, and let's go back over to AJ, who's bringing in another question.
Yes, Doc. We have Mark that emailed in. He's 73 years old. He's 5'9", 230. He's got a knee that's been operated on twice over the past 50 years to remove cartilage and ligaments. It's now bone on bone, and over the years, he's developed calcium deposits around the joints, and it limits his range of motion. Knee replacement has been recommended, which he refuses to do. Is there anything he can do other than surgery to remove the calcium deposits around the knee?
Yeah, well, he needs to get rid of all the bad foods. He needs to, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, iron, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet's got to go. He needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. He needs the glucogel. He needs 3 of the capsules of glucogel at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He'll need 2 bottles a month to pull that off. He also needs our vitamin D3. Take 3 of those at least twice a day, maybe 3 times a day. And for pain and discomfort and swelling, he can use our CM cream topically on there. Okay. And it's one of those things where the bones and cartilage and ligaments and stuff will heal. And he's got to go to somebody else that doesn't take his tendons and ligaments out. Okay, you want to heal them. You don't want to remove them.
Yeah, it's a tough way to go. Thank you, Doc.
Okay, thank you for all the good things you do, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, AJ. And we're going to go over to the cooks. Go ahead and unmute yourself. What question do you have for Dr. Wallach? Nancy? Can you unmute yourself? There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Hello? Oh, you know what? I see they don't have any audio connected. All right. Well, Dr. Wallach, we're at the top of the hour. Thank you so much once again for an amazing show as we are bringing information to help people understand not only the importance of nutrition, but what you yourself can do to help yourself. So Doc is putting up and holding.
Don't forget the 3 CDs. Okay, Hell's
Yes.
Kitchen, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and Dial MD for Murder. Those three, the information on those 3 CDs can add 25 to 50 years to your life.
There you go, folks. Add 25 to 50 years to your life just by making some food choices, just by intentionally supplementing, and also
Avoiding the bad stuff.
thank you very much, Dr. Wallach. Just testing you. So everybody, I cannot do this program without an amazing team. This is a fraction of our team that we have here within the Longevity family. Part of the Critical Health News and Daily with Doc family. These are also certified holistic health coaches, which if you were referred to this program by somebody else, there's a possibility that they are also one of the certified holistic health coaches, where they have gone and learned about the 4 areas of health, how they are affected by nutritional deficiencies, and what are the solutions. And it goes beyond that with the Institute of Holistic Health as they go into all 8 areas of health and wellness. So if you'd like to learn more about our Certified Holistic Health Coach course program, get back with the person that shared this program with you. Ask if they know anything about it. If they do, they're going to have a link for you. And if they don't, then go to coach.dailywithdoc.com and get information about our Certified Holistic Health Coach course. If you'd like to save 50% on it, give us a call at 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. That is also the number that if you are not working with somebody and were not referred to this program by somebody specific, that's the number that you can call to get a free 15-minute consultation with one of our certified holistic health coaches to help you discover what it is that's going to be a best fit for you in helping you reach your health goals as well. Folks, my name is Becca Dukes. I am the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health, in addition to the hostess of this program, and also a leader within the Longevity Independent Distributor family. I have on with me today Albert, who is joining us from South Africa. Yes, from South Africa, folks. This is an international thing. You know, health, wellness has no borders. So we just want to thank Albert for being here with us and helping out as he's letting people into the Zoom so you can get the information and see that amazing chat that is put into the chat here in the live Zoom room. We have the person who is putting that information for the most part into the chat, and that is Marilyn, who is joining us from Southern California. Thank you so much, Marilyn, for sharing your talent in typing and transcription. Thank you so much. And we also have Ruth Allen joining us from the Pennsylvania area, as she is my executive production manager, and she is helping to put everything that you see here in the Zoom with graphics that then goes out into the stream that is found on all of the different platforms. Next after her, we have Sherry, who is helping to do the setup so that it's going out to the different platforms, including some that are just audio. So thank you, Sherry, for helping and getting that set up as part of the tech crew. And then we have the third member of our tech crew, and that is AJ, who has helped to get all these different platforms set up and ready to broadcast this information so that we can meet you where you're at in the style that you like to learn. Thank you so much again for joining us here. Oh, and AJ is up there in that New York area. So thanks, AJ. But folks, get back to the person that shared this program with you. And I have lots of people saying, thank you, thank you. We got Teresa and Verna and Nancy and Bill. And just lots of people, Dr. Wallach, that are so thankful for you and the message that you have put together through your research. It is just absolutely fantastic. We have Jackie, believe she's joining us from the UK. Folks, get back with the person and share this program with you. If there is no one to thank, go ahead and give us a call. Oh, and we have CJ saying, God bless you.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much, team. We love you all. We couldn't do it without you. And the world is better for you being here. God bless you. Thank you so much, Becca.
Thank you, Doc. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Pharmacist Friday is tomorrow, so we'll be on with pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.